Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Shino. We're back in Body to the Magical Max. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. So I have already started recording this episode, and that's when I found out that my mic was not working. So I actually had to get a new mic, get it installed. So I'm still working on the sounds on it. So let me know if it's too loud, too soft, whatever. I'm sure I'll hear it during editing, but let me know how it sounds. So I'll reuse some of that video, just kind of show you some stuff. It was really weird. Not sure why that happened like that. But anyways, today's episode, we are working on getting some animals and some bees moved over here. And you're going to see here just momentarily that I have already done quite a bit of building here. We've got pens set up. And I'll explain this here momentarily. We were getting ready to go out and start filling them whenever this happened, and I found it. But we did build an area here for the chickens, and we've moved the chickens over to here, except for the two little ones. We did have an accident, and one of the chickens got out and got down into the pit and got killed by the foxes. So we've got two chickens over here. We've got two chicks over here. We've got the apiary area set up. And I do have some video that I recorded that did work fine from that. So I'm going to show you that here in just a minute of how to find bees in Vintage Story and how to propagate your skeps. Okay. So that'll be coming up here just momentarily. But I do have that moved over. And then here's some footage of making the From Golden Combs mod pieces for the ceramic hive and the honey pot. And putting those into place out here in our apiary area. So that way we have an area that we can populate our bees into where we don't have to break down the skeps each and every time. There are a few things that you're going to need when setting up your bees in the beginning. One, you're going to have to find a wild beehive. Lucky for you, I am really, really good at finding wild beehives, and I'm going to walk you through the process of how to find bees in Vintage Story. I don't know how many times I read on Reddit people saying, I can't find bees. How do you find bees? And everybody always answers the same way. Go into the woods and turn your volume up. That is the honest truth. That's how you find bees in Vintage Story. But maybe you don't know what you're listening for. That's a possibility. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through it, how to find bees in Vintage Story. But before you go do that, make sure you get it. I mean, you'll find them once you find your first wild beehive. I promise you'll never have another problem finding beehives ever again. It will be just automagic from that point forward. You'll find so many stinking beehives while you're out exploring because you'll know now how to do it, and it'll become easy. It's the same thing with like finding a halite, finding iron. It's hard until you do it the first time, and then after that, it's like piece of cake. I got it. Cool. That should be more than enough for what we need. Okay. Let's make our skeps first, okay? So to make your skeps, you're going to need to do one of these little things like that. And we're going to make 3 skeps. You'll remember early on, I always talk about the 3 things that you always need lots of. And that is cattails, sticks, and grass. Always make sure you're gathering those things up. All right, that should give me what I need. There we go, 30 skeps. Few more things I want to gather up. And you can, of course, you can gather this up just while you're out running around. But I've got it while we're here. We're just going to go ahead and grab it. We've got some dirt. There's some packed dirt. I want to take that pack. Open up. Thank you. Take some packed dirt with me also. Cool. So flowers, skeps, the empty skeps, flowers, some dirt, and something else that I like to always bring with me I talk about, yeah, the flowers, the dirt, and the skeps. Yeah, that's it. That's all we need. Cool. All right, let's go. Let's go looking for bees. Now, I know I have already been, so I know there's like a beehive up here. Okay. And I know there's one over here, and there's some over here. There's bees. Like, bees aren't as rare as you're led to believe, but they do require certain like kind of climate conditions. So do be on the lookout for that. Do be on the lookout for that. Now, the thing about bees is bees are always going to be in the same place where bears and wolves can be at. So you gotta be careful. That's usually when I find most of the time that people can't find bees, it's because they're too scared to go into these places. So here we go. We're just gonna go around here and we're gonna be listening. Okay, hear it? You hear that? Let me turn sound up. Like a low drumming sound. We're gonna start moving around. We're gonna listen for it to get louder. That is the nice thing about it. It's spatial. All right, I don't hear it as good now. Okay, it's getting louder this way. I'm afraid that's going to be like way up there. Yeah, that's going to be, I think that's going to be like way up there. There it is. I see it. Right there. Yeah, let's see if we're going to mark this one. We'll mark that one. Let's go see if we can find another one, though. Let's look closer to the ground, maybe. All right, so now that we have our skep, our wild hive, we're going to go ahead and put down our empty skeps here. We're going to put them, they need to be within 8 blocks of that hive. Also within 8 blocks, you're going to need a lot of flowers. That's why I brought all these flowers with us, because I want to make sure that I've got plenty of flowers around here for these bees to find, so that they can get, basically that's what bees need, right? They need flowers to make honey. So what we do is, you'll see that in the tooltip it says the bees are scouting for flowers. So now we have flowers around. On the tooltip it says nearby flowers was 0. So that's why this thing's not going to grow. But now that we have this, and we've got these flowers set up around here, it should register within, a couple of days that they found flowers. And then based upon temperature and all of that will determine on if they're going to swarm. And when they swarm, they're going to swarm into one of these other empty skeps. So that's how we're going to increase our bee population. All right, let's let them do their thing here for a while. And this may take days. It could take weeks. We don't know. So that's why I wanted to, as past Shino, come and do this so that future Shino will have something to do whenever he does the next video. Cool? All right, pass it back over to future Shino. And then I went through the process of showing how we can actually speed up the collection of gears from or not gears, but the temporal fragments from the Rustbound Magic mod. Something I did not know, but had a meeting with Vise. We got together and spent about an hour and a half together talking about Rustbound Magic mod and about some of the things that I've been able to do with it. Gave him some ideas of things that I'd like to see in the mod. So he's going to kind of work on those to see if that's something that he can do, which I think would be really cool. But anyways, he was sitting there listening to me lament on and on about being able to get temporal fragments for being able to level the mod. And I've said in comments and I've said on video that, that's the limiting factor on what you're able to do with Rustbound Magic is those temporal fragments. And, well, anyways, he showed me the recipe. There is a recipe, actually, if you go into the handbook and you go to the World Magic and you go to the destruction side of it, there's actually a recipe there for creating temporal fragments from rusty gears. And you get 4 temporal fragments per rusty gear. So it's pretty simple to set up just like this. And then you process, or then you cast transmute on it, and there you go, you get rusty gears. Now as a tier 1 mage, that will level up. So I think I tested this. I tested it with 4 rusty gears and got me 16 temporal fragments. That's about the max you can do, but once you get to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 within Rustbound Magic, you can actually process a lot more at one time. So now, I was talking about having all these extra rusty gears from these orc parties that come through, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. Well, now I know. I'm going to turn them into temporal fragments. So let's take a look over here. Here is the apiary area set up. I do have 1 populated skep over here, but it is winter. So these bees will not swarm. They're not going to go out flying looking for honey yet or for the flowers, but we've got flowers around them. And we've got 2 more empty skeps for them to swarm into whenever the season comes along. In the meantime, here is where we set up the ceramic hive. It's ready to receive a populated skep once I have one. So we'll be able to put that in at a later time. This area, this is set up for the pigs. We're getting ready to go out and gather up some pigs right now. But this area is set up for pigs. And the reason I've got this whole area set up like this is because of the Detailed Animals mod that we're using. The Detailed Animals mod adds a new mechanic into the breeding, which can actually cause inbreeding. So you have to be careful with your breeding animals. You can't just put them all in one field and, have a pig explosion like we used to get before. So what I've done is I'm creating an area here for the males to go into. So we'll put the boars, when we catch them, we'll put them into these. And then we're going to set a group of sows into this area and a group of sows into this area. And now what that'll allow us to do is we can take a boar from here, put him in with these sows until he gets them pregnant. And then we can, you are right there. Hello, how are you? And then we can do the same thing with the sows over on that side. And then whenever we get the generation 2 off of it, we can then replace out and move a boar from generation 2 over into here. Or we can just kill the boars, because you don't really need boars for leveling your generations. Only the sows generation matters whenever you do it. So we can just get rid of, the boars and replace them. So that's what this is going to be for. We need to go out and collect some boars. Again, chickens are brought over here. I have fed them. We are getting some eggs. You can see there's an egg over there. Right now, the chickens are very, very scared because there are, of course, foxes down in this area. And when those foxes get into this little pit right here, they... oh, wrong one. Doink. When those foxes get down into this area right here, they scare the chickens. So we got to be careful whenever we open up the door. That's how the chickens got out originally. But here, just a little bit longer, and we will be getting rid of this entire pit. We're not going to need it anymore because we're going to have something else Why did that not pick up? Oh, because it fell down there. Come here, you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put... no, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that yet. Anyways, okay. We need to get some pigs. That's what we're going to be doing now. And I have already gone around here, and it looks like all my pigs that I did have in this area that were wandering around, they are no more. Did find a couple of chickens that were dead, and I found the rooster that was dead that I said, hey, I heard a rooster, but I couldn't find it. Well, that's where it is. It's dead now. But we're going to go over where I know there are some pigs, and we're going to go see about trying to capture a couple that we can then bring back over here, okay? So let me get over there and get stuff set up, and then I'll be right back. All right, we have our first little area here where we've got pigs at, and we'll just go to the map so you can kind of see. I had set up snares. Here's our base over here, and I'd set up some snares over here because there were some pigs, and I thought maybe I could snare a pig, but I've never been able to, so it didn't work very good. So we're going to do something else here, though. I'm going to grab a little bit of dirt. That should be more than enough. So what I've done is I've created an area here where we have a fenced area, and I'm going to put some of this dirt, and we're going to make like a little ramp going up into this area here. And you do need to put it up on top of the fence as well to make it work right. So there you go. We've got our little ramp area going into it. And I'm going to do the same thing back here on the back side of it. I don't see any other pigs over here. There used to be quite a few. Yeah, I mean, that's just is what it is, I guess. But we're just going to go ahead and set this up here. There's at least one pig here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to set this up like this. And we're going to take a large trough, and we're going to put that large trough right there in it, and we're going to put some food in it. This will attract the pigs in, and what should happen is the pigs will then, there, see, moving towards it right now. And it'll take them a little bit to find their way up over the dirt, and, you know, we may have to fix the dirt block a little bit just to make it work, or we could technically just move that out of the way, give them a chance to get in there. If he's going to go that quickly. But nope, he's going to wander off now. Oh, there's one. There we go. All right, I'm going to close that back up. So there you go. We got a pig in there now. We got a male. That's a boar. Yeah. Cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have to damage this boar. We're going to have to hurt him. And then we're going to have to capture him. Okay. So I'm a little leery of doing this, but I think we're going to use probably the sword here. There we go. And then we should be able to attack them with it, just like we did the chickens. May have to damage them just a little bit more. There it goes. Took just a minute. There we go. We got a boar inside there now. Cool. All right, we're going to let this kind of sit here and see if we can collect up a few more pigs over this area. Like I said, we know there's a female sow that's over here. We saw her. There she is, right there. So we'll give her a minute, see if we can get her to go inside there. They're not all the brightest things in the world, are they? Go on. You know you want to eat the food. Gosh. Okay, we'll give her a minute, and then we'll go take care of this boar. And then hopefully we'll come back over and a little more time and find a few more pigs in here. All right, we are back here. Let's go ahead and make another trough so we can feed our animal. And we'll go up into here. So I'm thinking what I'll end up doing is when it's time to move the animals for breeding, I should be able to move them using the cages. I will, thinking about that, you will need to be domesticated. So I will have to get at least a Gen 1 to put in here when we get to that point. I think, the part that I didn't think about was where I was going to put the troughs. That could be interesting. So let's break this. There we go. Can I pick it up from here? Of course not. But I'm going to go ahead and put the trough in. Not there. I have to get in there with him. Hopefully he's not too mad at me. Yeah, he's all right. That'll work. I think what I'll end up doing then is I've got some extra, and I like going too high anyways on my cages, so, or on my fenced areas. So I'll probably end up doing, like that right there, and doing just like I've done everywhere else. Put some slabs up on top of it. Yeah. And do I have any? I do. We'll go like right here and put in like that. Yeah, I'll just do that just like I have been doing. Cool. Let's put some food in there for him. There we go. And that'll give him, you see right now it says he's famished. You can see that there are 5 portions in there. So we'll give him a moment here and see his stats go up. There's a pig over here now. Actually got one. And this is a female. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to be a little quick on this, but we're going to go ahead and smack her right on the face. And I'm going to get one of these ready. And hopefully she runs back the other way. That's what I'm hoping for, is that she'll run back the other way. Let's see here. Okay. And she is running that way. So now we're going to try to corral her like that. And where's she at? And try to get her not to fall. Trying to get her to go into an area where she's up against a wall. Oh, not down that one. Oh, geez. I'm not sure if I can get to her or not. That may be a lost cause now. We'll try it though. Nope. There she jumped. Dang. It looks like also I'm starting to get a little cold, so I may have to get out of the water for a little bit. What's the temperature? 10 degrees? Yeah, I'm starting to shake. All right, well, yeah, that was one of the things I've tried to catch them that way before, and I haven't had as much success as I have by putting them into the little trap like I have been doing. So we'll go over and check that and make sure that that's working okay. Let's heat ourselves up. It is the next day. I just heard a pig. Or if that was one of the orcs, or is that an actual pig? That's one of the orcs. Darn it. I got excited. Get down here and get this guy. Get their gears off of him. Here we go. All right, let's go and see if we have caught any pigs. I'm just going to run by over here, see if any more pigs have shown up over here. Oh, I see chickens. Looks like just hens. Yeah, it looked like it was just hens. Oh well. Let's see. The pigs that we did have were over here last time we saw them. See if any more have shown up. Doesn't look like it. But it looks like one of my skeps is... Oh, it is populated. Do I have space? I do. Let's do that. Control 3. We'll pick up that skep. Let's go put it in. Let's go put it inside the from Golden Combs ceramic hive. This is so exciting. I like it when you make progress like this, when you have these little things that happen, kind of move you to the next level. And getting animals, getting bees, that's definitely a big plus. Okay, so same thing, hit the control 3, that's going to bring it up, and then you're just going to right click on it, and that puts it in. So there you go, that is now a populated ceramic hive. And just like this one, it'll wait until the weather warms up, and then they'll start making honey again. Cool. But I think I mentioned this, but it may have been in the bad recording. These, whenever you harvest these skeps, they break. And you may get back some of the ingredients you use for making it. You may not. You have a chance of making the bees angry. But once you break a skep, of course, the population's gone. The population's never going to go. So every time we go to harvest, we're actually going to be taking the honey pot off the top and then putting the honey pot back on it. We'll never break the skep, so we'll never lose the bees, which is really cool. So that's going to save us from having to keep gathering up a whole bunch of the clay and cattails. We're not going to have to continually sit there and go back and get more and more and more. So that's cool. Aha, I got 2. Oh, and there's another one right there. You going to try to come and join us? That would be cool if you did. You're a sow. You're a sow. I got a boar. Sweet. Okay, so there's no food in here, so she probably won't wander up into it. So I'll throw a little bit of food down in there. Hopefully that'll attract her in. Let's go ahead and for sure, let's get the sow. Go on the side. Not quite enough yet. I don't want to hit her too much. You know what I mean? Ah, see? That's what I was afraid of. 2 hits is way too much. Yeah, we're not going to let all that meat go to waste. All right, let's try it again. Let's try... What about with, like, the knife, maybe? See if maybe we can do it with a knife and get them low enough. I wonder if maybe I just can't reach. I bet you that's what it is. Okay. All right, so we were able to get a few more pigs trapped up over into here. And I went ahead and rebaited it, so we'll see if we get any more over here. But let's go ahead and take back. We've got a sow and another boar. So let's go ahead and take them back to the house and get them put into pens. So since we need some breeding stock to go ahead and get started on this, we're going to go ahead and put both of these into the same pen up over here. And I'll have to get another trough made to feed them. But we're going to go ahead and leave this one in here. And we're going to go ahead and come down and we're going to put... oh, I need another gate here. Choose you for now. There we go. And do we have the boards for... we do. There we go. There's just another trough. So that'll give us a place here. We'll be able to put in a trough here for the piggies. And we're going to fill this one all the way up. And we're going to want both the sow and the boar in here as a breeding pair to get started. So we'll put you in. And we'll put you in. And just in case, I'm going to pop out here. Just in case they go a little mad. Oops. I don't think they will, but just in case. There's that. And there's that. Cool. And they'll be cool. You guys cool? You guys cool? You're cool. Okay. We've got full amount of food there for them. That should allow them to get back up to weight. And then that says that they breed in the fall. So this is another part of the mechanic here. They're not going to breed just all year round. So we're going to have to wait until we get back around into the fall before we get any babies off of these. All right, with that piggy, I'm going to go ahead and put a second smoker in here because I got 32 pieces of meat, and each one of these will hold 4 sets of trussed meat, 4 each. So I'm going to go ahead and create a second smoker. These things are amazing for storing up food, for cooking food, very, very efficient for cooking 16 pieces of food with 4 logs. That's pretty good. And it preserves them for a lot longer than just the regular cooked meat does. So definitely something that I recommend doing. Oops, I forgot to grab the other wood. Definitely something I recommend doing. In addition, I do have a couple more hides that I've got going here to make some more leather out of. Now, this is what we're making the pelts out of, which are what these up here are. But I can use those for crafting the backpacks just as I can with the others. So this is moving along pretty good. I got 2 that are at 97%, and this is what I just got off of that pig. So that is at 4%. So we're going to let that continue to go there, and we'll let that, hopefully then we'll have enough to make some more leather here shortly. So look at our leather situation here. All right, so those 2 soaked hides are done. We can go ahead and scrape those. So that gives us our 2 scraped hides. And again, we got weak tan in here. I'm going to throw those in and seal them up. That'll go. These still have a lot of time to go. They've been sealed for 4.2 days, so they are almost done. And it looks like we're going to be close to needing to make some more lime water too. So lots of kind of stuff at a point where we are able to do, but we can't do like a bunch of just yet. So we're working on that. I have been looking at the design that I'm going to be doing for the build on this house, and we're going to need a lot of plaster. And I thought I had found plaster, or I thought I had found chalk up in one of these areas, but I went back up and was looking. I think it was like right up in here, and I went back and looked, and no, it was not chalk that I had found. Yeah, so we're going to have to go exploring for chalk, which may mean jumping through a teleporter. I think that might be the best way to do it, to be able to get there as quickly as possible. Or at least to get to new terrain as quickly as possible. Yeah, this is all the way back up where we started from, so I just don't see anything there that's going to help us out. So we are going to be doing some building in the next couple of episodes, trying to get some of this house done. And just as a reminder, I've talked about this a couple of times, but just to reiterate what my plan is here. We're going to continue putting these walls are going to go all the way around. They're going to encompass this entire area. This area from this dirt wall to that dirt wall and here to here, this is all going to be a house. This is going to be the actual outside dimensions of our permanent living facility. This is where we'll have our kitchen, we'll have our living space, we'll have libraries, wardrobes, all of that. That's all going to be in here. Cellars. This building back here is the magical cottage. Only magic stuff is going to be in here. So all the Rustbound magic stuff, alchemy, that's all going to be set up in this area over here. And then this building is going to be where our workshops are going to be at. So this is where we're going to put in the helve hammers, forges, and all of that. That's all going to be over in there. So we're going to start working in the next episode. We're going to start working on this house area by putting together our kitchen and our cellars. And I mentioned this very early on. This is our kitchen. So when we convert this over, we're going to be pulling all of this stuff out of here, and this will become our kitchen. And then our cellar will be going down right here, going downstairs into a cellar area. Cool. So we got a lot of stuff to do to kind of get this ready. But that's for the next episode. So what I'm going to do now between episodes, continue to work on some terraforming, continue to do a little bit of building in this area to try to get stuff together. And then I'm going to see if I can locate some chalk or some limestone. But I'll jump through. I'm going to jump through a TL, but I will record that whenever I do it. So that way you guys can see what's on the other side and get surprised just like me. All right, folks. Hey, thanks for spending some time with me. Sorry about the choppy episode because of the mic situation, but hopefully I've got it fixed and we won't have any more problems like that. So thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.